Hey y'all, what's up? Happy New Year, Happy New Year. I know I'm late, but I mean, we the second day in, so whatever, you know what I mean? I hope you guys enjoyed your holiday or whatever. I definitely enjoyed mine. I feel like everything from the holidays is finally catching up with me because I just feeling a little bit slow, so bear with me, y'all. But we're here for the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 9, episode 8. So we started off with Cynthia, she's at this place called Dr. Curves or whatever. Well, at least that's what they call him, but the actual doctor's name I think is Dr. Jimison or something like that. She invites all the ladies or whatever, this, that, and the third, to, be there with her because she needs she got breast implants and she done had them for almost 10 years now, and she just wants to get a maintenance check to make sure everything is okay or whatever. So Kenya is the first to arrive there with her and everything, and then Candy comes along, and Cynthia, she lets Candy know that, Phaedra is, going to be there and everything. And, Candy is like, oh, well, I don't know. I hope things don't be awkward or whatever. And, her and Kenya, Cynthia and Kenya, they're like, why? What happened? And, Candy tells them about the dinner disaster that her and Phaedra had or whatever. And, and Candy was sitting up here talking about how, Phaedra kept on bringing up her mom and this, that, and the third. And, Cynthia was like, well, your mama was saying, kept on saying about 25 times how the guy was going to blow her the fuck up or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then, of course, they played the tape back or whatever. And then, Candy talks about how Phaedra was not sad, when her and Apollo was, gonna get a divorce and all this other stuff, and how she was already talking to somebody else. And then Kenya, she was like, look, Candy is not even giving me no tea right now. She's giving me full Maxwell House coffee, okay? And, Candy also brings up how Phaedra was talking about marrying somebody else at the top of the year. Cynthia, she's just shocked or whatever because she's always known Candy to be fully loyal to Phaedra, this, that, and the third. So then Sheree and Portia, they come together or whatever, and they kind of have like similar hairstyles. It's just that Sheree's hair is a little bit more curly or whatever, like loose curls or whatever. And Portia, hers is just straight, in a bob like form. Kenya, she points it out or whatever, this, that, and the third. So then Phaedra, she arrives and everything, and she even greets Candy. You know what I'm saying? Phaedra, apparently she's obsessed with Cynthia's titties. Okay, and she's just eager to see them and all this other stuff. So they call Cynthia to the back, and they allow all the ladies to go back there with her, and they all touching on Cynthia's boobs and everything, this, that, and the third. And then that's when the doctor comes in, and they like, ooh, straighten up and shit like that. You know how you at a doctor's appointment or whatever, and you got somebody in the room with you, and y'all clowning around. Then when the doctor comes in, y'all straighten up real quick, like, "Ooh, hello, doctor." That's what it was kind of like with them. So, anyways, Cynthia, she wants the doctor to try to figure out who in the room has breast implants or whatever. He immediately points to Portia because, her shit was just out there, the cleavage and everything. And she was like, excuse you, or whatever, this, that, and third. And then he points to Kenya, and then Kenya was like, oh no, these are all mine, or whatever. And Portia, she laughs and everything. And then, Kenya tells her to stay with her doctor with her ass shots or whatever. And then Portia was like, oh, I think them your implants on the table right there. But I'm glad it didn't go further than that because with them two, so I'm glad they just kept it right there. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so Phaedra, she's pressed to see Cynthia's titties. She was like, let me see them titties or whatever. I'm just like, okay, what I'm saying? I kind of see why some of the other YouTubers think that y'all heifers be clicking and clacking with one another. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, okay, Phaedra, you a little bit too pressed about this. You know what I'm saying? But, they all like her titties and everything, this, that, and the third. Cynthia does have some nice boobs. You know what I mean? Yeah. They were, nice and cute and perky or whatever. But she finds out that everything is fine or whatever, this, that, and the third. There's nothing really that she has to worry about right now as far as, like, getting something redone or whatever. So, Anyways, real quick, I mean, Sheree, this scene wasn't really that important to me. She met with her interior designer about the damn tattoo. Who gives a fuck? Moving on, Candy, she meets with her mom to, buy Riley's birthday gift or whatever. And, Riley's turning 14, and Candy tells her mom about the conversation with Phaedra and how, she was talking about Mama Joyce and all this other stuff. And then, she talks about how she told her what she told her about Apollo and everything. And Mama Joyce is relieved that Candy let Phaedra have it or whatever. She's like, about time you stop being nice to that girl. Or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And she covers up little baby Ace's ears or whatever. She was like, and she better leave you the fucking alone. Otherwise, she gonna feel the wrath of Mama. I'm just like, see, Mama Joyce, this is why. This is why. But anyway, so Candy reveals about how she had a conversation with Riley, and they show the flashback from the day before, how she had a conversation with Riley's dad or whatever, and how he wants to co-parent and everything. And Riley says, she was saying, I understand, like, he's my dad, but he's just a birth giver. He's not a father. I was like, a birth giver? I mean, you couldn't have just said sperm donor. I mean, birth giver. I was like, okay, Riley. But anyway, so Mama Joyce, and when she said this, I thought Mama Joyce was going to, I was like, finally Mama Joyce is making some sense. But then what she said afterwards, we going to get to it. So Mama Joyce was like, saying to her, like, saying to Candy, he could see, Riley just on her terms or whatever, this, that, and the third. And Candy feels that, it should just be them two to have a relationship. Like, Candy don't need to be involved in everything. And then this is when Mama Joyce went back on that fuck shit. It gonna sit up here and talking about some, when she have dinner with him or something, that she should be like, can you hand me my check or whatever, this, that, and the third. I said, Mama Joyce, yo money hungry ass. Everything ain't about money, okay? Everything is not about money. Anyway, so moving on from that, we get Noelle and Peter. Actually, Noelle had a conversation with Cynthia beforehand about her relationship with Peter, this, that, and the third. So they meet up or whatever for a yoga class or whatever. Peter expresses how he misses Noelle and everything, and Peter he's struggling throughout the whole yoga class. He's sweating like a pig and shit. And I always kind of wanted to try yoga and everything because it seems very relaxing, especially for females. We go through that time of the month and cramps and stuff. It just seems like, it'd be very soothing, not too much you got to do. But I was like, damn, he's sweating like a pig. I'm kind of not sure now about this. You know what I'm saying? So they pretty much, after class, catch up on what's been going on and everything. And, Noelle, she feels like that Peter and Cynthia didn't set it up for her to feel comfortable to call him and keep in contact with him. And she's like that he's a second dad to her and all this other stuff. And, Peter, he's like, I just wanted to respect your mom's space and everything. And, Noelle, she feels like that nobody cared or whatever. And, she paused herself for a moment. And, Peter hugged her and everything. And he understands where she's coming from and he apologizes. And I thought this scene was really sweet, even though I'd be like, ugh, with Peter sometimes or whatever. Like, I really thought this scene was sweet. Because I had, you guys know at first, I had kind of thought that maybe Noelle didn't really care about having a relationship with Peter. But maybe I misinterpret when she was just trying to, comfort her mom about, the divorce situation or whatever. But it was nice to see that, Noelle actually does care and, she wants to have this relationship with him still. He has been in her life for a long time. So I really like that scene. But anyway, so we get Portia, her best friend Shamia. We saw her last season. She's there, she's, with her. And they're at this yoni egg place or whatever. I guess it's like some kind of sex class or whatever. They inserting, they putting some damn eggs upside they vagina and shit to, make their vaginas, nice and tight or whatever. They're doing exercises with the egg up inside them or whatever. And Sheree, she comes late and she's just looking confused, like, what the hell going on here? You know what I'm saying? And Sheree not really with, putting the egg up inside her. She was like, yeah, that's not something I'll be adding to my workout. And yeah, that just, it don't really seem too comfortable, but I don't know. But anyways, after the class, Shamia was like that, Candy would have enjoyed the class and everything, because you guys know Shamia is close to Candy too. And then Portia is like, yeah, so would have Phaedra and everything. And then that's when Sheree was like, speaking of Phaedra, she brings up the dinner between Candy and Phaedra and everything. And we get a flashback of Candy telling Sheree about it. Telling Sheree about the dinner a couple of days ago on the phone or whatever, and I'm just like, Sheree is messy as fuck. I guess this is why they brought her back on the show, to be messy and everything, but I'm just like, god damn, she running back telling every fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so Portia feels like the conversation should have stayed between, Candy and Phaedra and everything, in which I do agree or whatever, you know what I'm saying, because Sheree was like, yeah, I think Cynthia and Kenya know too or whatever, this, that, and the third. And then Shamia, she brings up how Phaedra tried to holler at her husband, when she was married and everything, when Shamia was married or whatever. And how Phaedra was like, saying to her husband, like, oh, I can't believe you put a ring on her and never got serious with me. Portia just bypassed that whole shit that Shamia said or whatever, this, that, and the third, and, got back on the shit with Candy and everything. And Portia still has the impression that Candy said that her and Block fucked or whatever. And my whole thing is, I mean, if y'all fucked, y'all fucked. I mean, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But, anyways, like, really. You know what I mean? But, anyway, so it's Riley's birthday or whatever. They're celebrating, and Kayla, Todd's daughter, she comes downstairs to wish Riley a happy birthday and everything. And this is when Riley reveals that she had a conversation with her dad, where her dad called her or whatever and told her happy birthday and that he wants to see her and all this other stuff. And she's saying that she wants Candy to be there, and Candy thinks that they should have their one-on-one time or whatever. And Riley feels like it's harder for her to sit up there in his face or whatever now that she's older versus if she was younger. You know what I mean? And they asked Kayla for her opinion or whatever about her experience with meeting Todd for the first time, and Kayla was like, yeah, it was kind of weird, because he was a stranger to me and everything. The first time it was kind of weird. And Kayla lets her know, I think you should go with her because Riley, she has a hard time, getting to know people, this, that, and third. So she's comfortable with you because she knows you. And she was like, I think you should be there to, support her through it or whatever. And Candy realizes that, okay, yeah, maybe I should I always understood what Candy was saying about Riley should have her own relationship with Block, and she shouldn't have to be there because she's grown. I mean, Riley's not grown, but she's a teenager. She's at that age where she can Candy don't have to really talk to Block for real, you know what I'm saying? But I understand too that Riley, she's comfortable with her mom, and she would want her mom to be there at least for the first time. You know what I'm saying? And Mama Joyce gonna sit here and tell my son, if she don't go, me ma go with you or whatever. And Candy is like, no. And I was like, yes, Candy, please shut that shit down real quick. Candy also says that she's not holding her breath with Block either. You know what I'm saying? It'll probably be next year before, Riley hear from him again. So anyways, moving on from that, we get Sheree, Portia, and Phaedra. So they're at lunch or whatever. They tell Phaedra about the Yoni class and everything. And then they bring up Candy talking about Apollo and all this other stuff. And her dating other people and everything. And Phaedra, she's throwing shade or whatever in her confessional or whatever. And Phaedra is like, she don't know why Candy is so angry with her or whatever, this, that, and the third. And she feels like that now Candy is being malicious or whatever. And also like how she sent her homemade thugs on her that's supposed to be her employees and everything. Portia is mad about the fact that everybody knows once again. And then she also brings up Shamia and everything. And Phaedra is like, well, Shamia sleep with everybody's husband, so I mean, what the fuck, you know what I mean? And Phaedra also, whispers to them how, Candy and Shamia is fucking. I said, see, this shit. Now, I'm gonna be honest, like, I don't know if I believe this or not. I don't know if Phaedra only saying that because of what Candy did or whatever, or if it really is true. It wouldn't surprise me if it is true, only because I know Candy really, freaky or whatever. I know she's into like them. We know she's kind of into them threesome type of stuff, or whatever. So I don't know if it's true, but it wouldn't surprise me if it is. You know what I'm saying? And, Portia pretty much is co-signing. Now, I feel like this is fucked up on Portia's end, because I feel like, okay, if Shamia is supposed to be your best friend, why is you co-signing with what the fuck Phaedra is saying? Oh, because Shamia don't really care for Phaedra, this, that, and the third. Like, to me, I feel like that's not right. If you friends with the both of them, you need to act accordingly and not be sitting up here choosing sides. It's not like as if, oh, you just met Shamia yesterday or something like that. Like, you've been knowing Shamia for however long you've been knowing her. I don't know if she known her longer than Phaedra or whatever. I can't remember the whole, you know what I'm saying? But you've known her long enough, you know what I'm saying, to where you could be, like, really neutral with her and Phaedra. I feel like that was fucked up for you to co-sign, like, especially if it is true. You putting her business out there, trying to sit up here and make Candy look bad. You know what I mean? But anyways, Sheree, she just like, what? You know how she do when she hears some tea or whatever, this, that, and the third. And Portia feels like that Candy started it first, running her big mouth to everybody, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, we get Cynthia real quick. She's just showing, her sister and her mom the new house or whatever, and they reflecting on different stuff, whatever. So moving on from that, we get to the sit down with Portia, Sheree, and Candy. Portia and Sheree, of course, they're the first, there or whatever at the whatever restaurant that they were at. To have a conversation with Candy. And then Portia gonna have the nerve to call Candy a bully. I don't feel like Candy is a motherfucking bully. Like, yeah, it was wrong what she did, on the last episode. Just, like, it's not like Candy put any new information out there, but she did kind of confirm for us, about the whole. She pretty much confirmed for us what the fuck Apollo, been saying about her before he went to jail, whatever, this, that, and the third. But it's like, Apollo, your ass cheated too, so shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And she kind of irritated me with calling her a motherfucking bully and everything, because their word bully gets thrown around too motherfucking much. Like, it's people out here legit getting bullied and everything. And it's just like, girl, if you don't sit the fuck down somewhere, like, that shit irritated me. So anyway, so we get Candy. She shows up or whatever. Candy is talking to them, just regular conversation. Then she feels that the energy is weird. So she like, okay, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? Portia, she feels some type of way, because she felt like that Candy said that her and Block had sex. Candy is like, I never said anything about your sex life or whatever. I said that you and Block used to kick it or whatever and everything. And they showed the flashback, and that's what Candy said. You know what I mean? And, she was like, I never said that y'all fucked, but if we want to be honest, y'all did fuck. You know what I'm saying? So what is the big fucking deal? And, Candy is like, don't sit up here and try to act like you a virgin in these streets. You know what I mean? Then Sheree, she brings up, she brings up Phaedra or whatever, and how Portia felt like that the conversation should have stayed between, Phaedra and Candy. And like I said, which I do agree with that, but at the same time, I do feel like Portia is a little bit too invested into this situation with Candy and Phaedra. I understand that Phaedra is your friend and everything, but like Candy said in the midst of this conversation in her confessional, y'all two were friends at one point in time too. And I'm gonna be honest, like, when it comes to the whole Phaedra and Candy situation, for me, it's like whoever is more wrong at the time. And like I said, I felt like Candy was wrong with what she did last week, but I also told you guys, reminded you guys too that I had to get on Phaedra last season for sitting up here saying the shit that she was saying about Todd and all the other stuff that she was doing. So trust and believe, I ain't forgetting. I'm not saying Phaedra all that innocent. You know what I mean? I know Phaedra not all that innocent. I done told you guys plenty of times before, Phaedra has a history of lying on this motherfucking show. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I felt like even when Candy and Portia was closer, I felt like Portia was just automatically taking Phaedra's side and everything, and not sitting up here telling Phaedra that she wrong too. You know what I'm saying? Like, she even told Candy that time, like, well, maybe I'm here a little bit more for Phaedra because she's going through more, or whatever, this, that, and the third. And it's just kind of like, I feel like that's fucked up, and that's probably why her and Candy's relationship is strained the way it is now, because she always sitting up here trying to come at Candy or whatever, but not sitting up here telling Phaedra what the fuck she doing wrong too. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, it's like, really, I'm neutral when it comes to the Phaedra and Candy situation, but like I said, for me, it's whoever is more wrong in whatever particular situation that's going on between them two. You know what I mean? But anyways, let's get back to this shit. Yeah, Portia felt like the conversation should stay between Phaedra and Candy or whatever, this, that, and the third. And she was like, and then you sitting up here saying that Phaedra cheated. And Candy was like, I didn't say she cheated. I said she was talking to other people. And Portia is like, I mean, that's the same motherfucking thing. I'm like, well, yeah, it is the same thing, Candy. Like, let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Portia is like, for you to sit up here and, be talking about your best girlfriend in these streets and da is wrong. And then Candy is like, first of all, that's not my best girlfriend. And Portia is like, but she was. Y'all were best girlfriends at one point in time and everything. And then Candy is like, Phaedra has done stuff too. And, she was saying that Phaedra has done stuff too. And, Portia feels that Phaedra never said anything below the belt or whatever. And Candy is like, have you ever checked her about the shit that she said or whatever? And Candy is just going off and everything, and how Phaedra hides her, throws stones and hides her hand or whatever, which she does. Phaedra do be trying to act like she innocent, you know what I'm saying, all the time. Candy feels like that it was a build up or whatever, and then she just had to let everything out. But like I said last week, again, Candy was, not last week, the last episode or whatever, Candy was wrong for sitting up here, confirming what we already knew. You know what I'm saying? What else? And she also says how her and Portia used to be friends at one point in time too, or whatever, this, that, and the third. And she was saying that Portia knows shit too, and Portia like, oh, what I know. And Candy is like, that she was sitting up here, talking to another dude before Apollo went away or whatever, and Portia denying it. And it's kind of like, come on, Candy, Portia is going to deny that shit, especially because her and Phaedra are friends at this point. She not going to put that shit out there. You know what I'm saying? If she do know something, which I'm pretty sure Portia does. You know what I'm saying? And Candy is like, that she the one who sat up here and took that picture of Phaedra to send to Mr. Chocolate or whatever, this, that, and the third and everything. And what's also crazy too, I remember me saying last season that, I was with Portia, that anybody could sit up here and make up some text messages or whatever nowadays, especially motherfucking Apollo's fraud ass or whatever. But like I said, Candy confirming it just kind of pretty much confirmed what the fuck Apollo was saying, so... But anyways, Portia pretty much just want them to stop taking jabs at each other or whatever, this, that, and third. But I'm like, but Portia, are you telling Phaedra this too? And I feel like if you was going to really be a real mediator, you should have had Candy and Phaedra sit the fuck down together and tell them both that they both were wrong for the shit that they both have done to each other. You feel what I'm saying? But anyways, Candy leaves because she's over it. Portia feels like that Candy is defensive and everything. Sheree knows Portia has Phaedra's back, but either Portia is just playing dumb, or either she's not too bright or whatever, this, that, and the third. Portia is like that Candy don't know shit about her and Block or whatever, this, that, and the third. And, Sheree is like, oh, she must have been in the closet or whatever, this, that, and the third. And then Portia was like, or still in one. And Sheree like, hold on now. She's sitting up here pretty much trying to, out her or something like that. And Phaedra is like, I mean, not Phaedra, Sheree is like, I was talking about, peeking through the keyhole and, all that other stuff. I won't talk about what you was talking about. And, what's her name? Portia's like, yeah, that too, or whatever, this, that, and third. And Sheree gonna have the nerve to sit up here and call Portia, Phaedra, and Candy messy. Bitch, you the messiest motherfucker on this show. You messier than Kenya, and that's saying some shit. The fuck? Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who is the messiest of them all? Sheree Whitfield. But that pretty much was my review on this, y'all. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. Y'all give me y'all opinions, especially on this whole situation that's going on or whatever with, Phaedra and Candy. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you guys come back, and I'll see you guys in the next video.